I do not own any good-fitting cowboy hats, nor do I look cool in them. And on that very depressing note, cue the intro music! What's up, guys? My name is Steven, and I'm here to bring you my thoughts on the Magnificent 7. I am not going to wear this the whole time because I think I look stupid. You guys know I look stupid. Everyone thinks I look stupid. It is stupid. Let's chuck it over here and let's move on with the review. Now, if you guys don't know, the Magnificent 7 is actually a remake of a remake. It is a remake of the original Magnificent 7, which came out in the late 60s, early 70s, I think, which is a remake of the film Seven Samurais. And I have seen the original Seven Samurais, I've seen bits and pieces of the original Magnificent 7, and this one, on its own, is pretty awesome. It has a lot of elements that separate it from those two, but also the plot is not original by any means. Seriously, if you guys have watched The Three Amigos, Tombstone, or half of Clint Eastwood's filmography, you know the plot of this movie. But in case you don't, allow me to play it out for you. A bad guy comes into this small town filled with nice people, is like, hey, give me all your stuff. And then all the townspeople are like, no, please, sir. And then Denzel Washington's all like, I'll save you. I'll get 7 rapscallions. We'll all get together and fight off this bad guy, and we'll go ahead and save your town. And then shoot him up and bang bang happens. And not gonna lie, it's awesome. Because like I've said a million times in the show, I'm not someone who cares if point A and point B are the same in regards to story. What I care about is what is in between those points. The characters, the dialogue, every little nuance in the movie besides plot points. And this movie fills in that gap wonderfully. Now, as always, I'm going to tell you what I like, I'm going to tell you what I hate, and I'm going to tell you ultimately what I thought about the Magnificent 7. No spoilers, and as always, first the good. The one thing that drives this movie more than anything, I would say, is definitely the performances. The performances are great. Allow us to go down the character list. Badass Cowboy number 1. Badass Cowboy number 2. The love child of Bruce Lee and Elektra. Deputy Star-Lord, Apache Chief Ho. Discount George Lopez. And the weirdest character that Vincent D'Onofrio has ever played. And that's saying something. And it's a very difficult task to balance this many characters, but this movie does it really well. Most of the characters are given enough backstory or enough personality for you to really care about them, whether it be a joke they make throughout the movie or just a bit of dialogue that kind of weaves their story throughout the movie. It's very, very interesting, and I like the way it was done. Because let's face it, not every character is going to get their moment in the spotlight, but this movie does a pretty good job at making everyone relevant at some point. The standouts definitely were Ethan Hawke, Denzel Washington, Chris Pratt, and Vincent D'Onofrio. They definitely carry this movie very well. Moving on from the characters though, the tone of this movie is fantastic. It is Western. Everything from the cinematography, which just has these wide, big shots of like the open desert, it's awesome. The dialogue was just Western to a fault. I mean, did someone call someone a yellow belly in this movie? I was like, yes! We have a new Western! We're done! We did it! Also, I'll go ahead and say this right now. Moms and dads, if you are watching my channel, first of all, thank you for subscribing. Second, it's PG-13. I acknowledge that. Do not bring your 7-year-old to see this movie. This is the most violent PG-13 movie I think I've ever seen, and that's awesome for me, being a 20-year-old guy who loves seeing violence in movies, but just forewarning you, if you're like, oh, cowboys, of course, hold back, little Timmy, hold him back. Not this movie, not yet. I'm telling you, every shot in this movie is like a punch in the movie Fight Club. You feel it. And I'd actually recommend that you guys watch this in IMAX, really. I know it's a lot of money, but still, it's worth it just for the sound of the bullets whizzing past you. It's awesome. I mean, I felt like I was there in the town during these gunfights. Which is another thing, the action really, really works. And all of it's practical. I don't think there was a shot of CGI, maybe 1 or 2, but really, it's very practical. I love the effects. There's so many action movies nowadays that just don't make me feel the action, and this one definitely did. And now let's get into the negatives. Like I said, it would have been nice if the story was a little more original, but I take it being a Western and it kind of being an homage to Westerns. I accept it for what it is, I just have to point it out. On top of that, while the villain is menacing in his own way, I don't think that he's like the villain you're gonna remember. He's not like Leonardo DiCaprio in Django Unchained. He's not that level of Western bad guy, but he is menacing. He's just not the point of the movie, and I do wish he would have been built up a little bit better. Those are really nitpicks out of an otherwise really enjoyable movie, really enjoyable time, a remake that was good, a Western that was good, a violent, action-packed, fantastic movie that I would recommend to anyone who likes a good Western or a good action movie. And dare I say, The Magnificent 7 was pretty good. You thought I was gonna say Magnificent. No, I am not that cliched on this show, ladies and gentlemen. But all of that is just my opinion. What did you guys think of Magnificent 7? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Who was your favorite member of the team? I really want to know. Whatever your thoughts are, comment below and let me know. I would love to hear. And while you're down there, you can like this video, subscribe, maybe even share it if you want to. I mean, like, hey, it's your choice, but I'd appreciate it. And you can follow me on the Instagrams and on the Tweeters. And also, if you guys didn't catch the last video I did with Candace where we reviewed Gods of Egypt and just how terrible it was, the link for that is in the description below. But as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. My name is Steven. I'll be back to you with some nerdy news sometime soon. Until then, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!